Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today's tutorial is actually another requested tutorial. Somebody had asked me how to make monthly kits. So I thought I would just go through and show you guys how I would make them and give you some pointers. And if you're using an EC planner, I'll give you some measurements so you can take those measurements and apply them to your kits. And I also thought I would mention that I have finally figured out how to do digitals, so I am slowly getting some digitals up on my shop. I got my Monday EC redating strips that I used in my monthly setup for my new planner. Those are up in digital form. If you need it printed, you can always reach out to me and I will print it for you and send it off to you, obviously. And I actually just uploaded all of my budget kits for the rest of the year, and I will do January through June in a few days. And I'm gonna do some monthly kits as well. So I'm gonna just kind of show you how I'm designing those, and I really don't mind if you steal the designs. Go ahead. If you copy it literally, like everything I do, go ahead. I really don't mind. If you're stumbling upon this video and you'd like to do the same thing that I'm doing, go ahead. But if you're stumbling upon this video and you're like, I just really want a digital kit, head over to my shop. These will be up very soon. So I thought I would actually just do July, and I'm gonna start with some measurements. So I do have my planner next to me, so I'm going to be stopping and measuring and giving you guys some measurements, and we'll just kind of do this together. I'm sitting down on a Tuesday night putting this together, and we're just gonna make it up as we go. So I will tell you right now that I measure in centimeters and convert to inches because it is much easier. I've talked about this quite a bit in a lot of my tutorial videos, and that's just something that I like to do, so like it's really up to you. I am working off a Mid-Century Circles planner, an EC planner, EC Life planner. This year the design goes all the way to the top of the page and actually a little bit in the coil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you two options. I'm going to make the kit that doesn't completely cover all of the design, but I'm going to give you the measurements for the kit that will completely cover the design, because you can see the mid-century circles in both corners, and it actually goes a little bit into the coil, like I said. So I will give you the full measurements to go to the very top of the page and the very edges, but I'll also give you like a normal measurement for like a normal kit kind of thing. So I'll give you both. I'm gonna make actually I might make one that completely covers it, because I know us planner people, we don't like to see the design on the outside. So I'll give you both measurements. So I have my planner right here. I'm gonna do a quick measure. So from the very top of the page to the bottom of the dates, it is 4.1 centimeters, which is 1.614 inches. So that is going to cover the design. Now, the only thing is, coming over this way is going to be more difficult with the coil. So I'm going to make it right up by the coil. So that is 17.2 centimeters, 17.2, which is 6.772. So that is going to cover the design. You're still going to be able to see some of it in the coil, which does suck, but you know, it's what we got to do for the planner that we like. 17.2. So this is for both sides. So we are going to duplicate this. And I'm going to do it like that. And then what I'm going to do, so these are for my big strips at the top of the month. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to offset these. And I've explained in a few videos why I offset. It's just so when you cut your kit, if your silhouette is being dumb like mine is sometimes and it cuts off a little bit, there'll be a little bit of overlap in pattern. So it might not be completely skewed. So I just do that so the pattern is in there. So I'm going to select my blue. Make sure you select your blue. I'm going to go into my patterns because I can't see it on that little tiny one, and I am going to pick this nautical paper. It is my favorite. I will leave a link below to the Etsy shop that I get my digitals from. It's called Right Lovely, and I just absolutely love her shop. It's all watercolors, really good prices. I love the shop. And this is like my favorite pack right now. Lighthouses are my jam. Okay. So I have gone into my fill panel, and it comes on this one when you first press it, which is the color. I want to go over to pattern. This is where you can look for your patterns. I can't tell what is what in these little tiny squares. So like I said, I go straight into my library. And I came down and I made it a little bit smaller. So I scaled it to 38 because I want to be able to see these lighthouses. And I'm actually going to pan the pattern down a little bit just so they're in a good spot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my font. So for me, I think I'm going to do the Jen Plans font, and I'm going to see what it looks like all in caps. So we are going to go here. Okay, this is not how I usually do it. Jen Plans, there we go. No? There we go. All right, so I think I like it in the caps lock font. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick a color for the July font. I'm going to go to my dropper tool because I actually want to pick a color straight from this artwork so it matches really nicely. And I love, love, love the blues in this kit. So I'm just going to pick a blue, and I really like this one. I'm going to make my July a little bit bigger, and I'm going to press shift, and I'm going to try to get my red line. Yep, okay. So I have both of those selected, and that's, so if you click on this and then you press shift and click on that, you can let go of your shift. I'm going to center it this way. I don't want it to be aligned center vertically, but I do want it to be aligned centered horizontally, and that's because I'm going to add a bar here for my dates. So you guys know me. If you have watched my planner setup, you know that I prefer a Monday start. So I'm going to put a little bar here because that's the kind that I like. So I'm going to put my little bar here. I'm going to go in to my fill color, and I'm going to make this a tiny bit transparent. 15, maybe we'll do 20. Nope, not 200. 20. There we go. No, let's go back to 15. I liked 15. Okay. So 15 there. I'm going to overlap this as well on the outside again. So if it leaks over, it's fine. Now what I'm going to do is actually measure out one monthly box. So again, I'm going to do it in centimeters first. So it is 4.1 across, and I wish I had a good memory because I would remember what that was. So width-wise, it is 1.614 inches, and then it is 3.05 centimeters, which means it is 1.201 inches. So this is the size of a monthly box in the Erin Condren. So the way I do this is I line these up with my red, and I'm gonna do 4 of them. So obviously we measured this so it fills the whole top. So the way to get this to center, or the way that I get it to center, I'm going to group them. I'm going to select my red line, and I'm going to center horizontally. Okay. And then I'm going to ungroup them because I want them ungrouped, because I want to be able to center my days. So I'm going to go caps lock again, and I'm going to make it a Monday start because I like a Monday start. And I'm going to make it Gen Plans again. And this time I'm going to put some red in there because I love the red in here too. And just this like light red. And I'm going to stick this in my white bar. And you can actually see that I don't need to center it because this new version, let's see if I can get it to do again. This new version of Silhouette has this like automatic centering thing, which like I like, you know. It's good. It's good. My program has been really slow. I'm also sorry if you can hear my computer. It's been overheating quite a bit. And I don't know if that's just because like the temperature is higher, but so I'm going to make it a Monday start. Like I said, I'm going to pull my Tuesday, see if I can get it centered. Here we go. All right, so now that I have all 4 days on there, I am going to select them all using my shift button. And then I am going to drag them down. And I'm going to repeat the process so I can get my other days of the week in here. And then I usually just write this month here. And then we're going to see if we can get these centered. No, okay. So in that case, I'm going to take these down. All right, so all of those are centered. I'm gonna actually keep these because we will probably need monthly boxes. I'm gonna take my July because I forgot to offset, because I want like a little white background in the back just so the July pops. So I offset it to 0.06. I'm gonna make it white so it pops out at us. And I'm also going to put 2021 in here as well, because there's nothing worse than looking back in your planner and not knowing what year you're looking at because you've used kits and they didn't come with the year. And again, I'm going to offset this to 0.06. I'm going to turn it white. And there is your top for your monthly kit. And now I'm going to give you guys some regular monthly headers. Some of you probably have like the Just My Type, or maybe you have a Lime Life or whatever. So let's do some regular size monthlies that don't go all the way to the top. So we're going to do 3.7 in height, which is 1.457, and then in length 16.35, which is 6.437. So you can do the same process with either one. These are just going to be your measurements if you're not trying to cover up a design that's on your monthly. If you have a neutral one, or if you don't care if the design pops out. For me personally, I would just use this with the regular monthly size because July is blue in the EC. So it really wouldn't matter. It would just kind of look like it's part of the design. So it's really up to you. But those are your measurements for like a regular monthly kit, and you can do the same steps as we did up here. All right, so now that we have this top part done, I'm actually just gonna like select it all and I'm gonna group it so that way nothing moves and I have this like solid piece, and we can actually go over and I will put it into this sheet and see how it fits. I am one of those people that when I'm creating a kit, I don't really think about the sheet size that it's gonna go on. I don't know if that's just me, or I don't know if it's everybody or whatever, but these are the sheets that I've been making recently, like the sheet size that I've been making, and I've been enjoying it. But obviously, like I'm gonna have a hard time fitting anything in there, so might change it. But we're just gonna stick that in there for now. And I put like a little washi strip on the side there for extra washi, but I'm gonna come back here and work on my clean slate. So these are my monthly boxes. In July, it actually has 4 boxes all together. So I would actually just take and make one big box for it. So it's one big strip. I know some people don't use them. I know some people just use regular washi. But we are going to do the same thing. We're going to offset because, you know, if that off chance that your silhouette is not going to behave, I'd rather have a little extra than not enough. And we're just going to pick a design. Let's see. I think I like these little anchors. I think they're cute. So we'll do that. And this will just be for those 4 boxes that aren't part of the month. They're actually June. And we're just going to move this up here. I'm going to group it again so nothing moves around. And I'm just going to leave it like that. And that's good. All right, guys, sorry about that. My husband called. He's on his way home. But while I was on the phone with him, I just measured out that monthly box again because I want to actually have a visual of it when I'm making labels. So I have it here. And what I'm going to do is literally just draw it out. I don't like my monthly labels to go all the way. Like, I don't want them to be touching, but I want them to be pretty close. Like, you know, that's pretty good. And I like a rounded label like this, and we are going to make it a teensy bit smaller. So here's my label. Simple as that. Again, we're going to offset because we want a little bit of that color on the outside. We want a little bit of color bleed on it. I change it to blue. You can change it to whatever color or not change it at all. The only reason I change it is so I know I have the right one selected. Up here in the corner, you can see that it's blue. So that's the reason I change it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make my boxes same color. So I have my blue and my red up here, and I'm just going to do like this. I like to have a little white spot in the middle where I write, so I'm going to select my red line again, and I'm going to internal offset. We've done this a couple times in a few of my other tutorials. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, bigger, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to apply that. I like just that little line. We're going to turn the whole thing white because I like a little spot to write. And actually, I learned this last time. We're actually going to put our lines to no color because when we go in and make it a little transparent, it doesn't do the line too. So I'm going to go about 20. That's about good. So you still have color, but you have like a little spot that you can actually write. And we're going to do a couple labels like that. And, you know, we're just going to go to our replicate tool. We're going to leave a little space in between. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm going to make a few red ones. And I'm going to select the outside here. I'm going to make a few red ones. And then let's just go and pick another color out of this. I like this turquoise color that it has, so I'm going to make sure I don't have my red line selected, only my blue lines for color. And I love this turquoise. There we go. 3 colors for a monthly kit. Bunch of set of labels. You can make however many you want for your monthly kits. I'm actually going to take these over here and see where they will fit. So I'm going to stick these up here. I'm going to go in a little bit. I like to work with things really up close. I don't know if it's because I'm nearsighted or because that's just how I like to work, but it's what I do. Now I have this all grouped together. I am going to... Oh, no, I don't. I don't have it all grouped together. Just kidding, I was lying. I am going to take these here, and I'm going to see how much room I need to stick these labels in here. So I don't need that much room. Just going to fix my line here if I can get it selected. Here we go. And then move July over. And then I'm just going to stick my other labels in here. Gonna line them up with the other ones. Again, I'm sorry if you can hear my computer. It's been overheating really bad. Only when I use Silhouette Studio, so I'm sure it has something to do with Silhouette and not my brand new MacBook. But who knows? I'm gonna see if this will fit in here. I don't think it will. Nope. So maybe what I'll do is I will actually make these, because this kit is a Monday start. So what I'll do is I'll make this into 3 and then 1 box. So then I can make it a little bit smaller. So obviously the patterns don't match because they're a different size. So we're going to go again to that fill panel. We're going to go to the pattern and we're just going to scale it until it looks like it matches. There is really no science behind this. Like, it's, you know. Okay. So I'm going to group these again so nothing moves around. And I'm going to copy and paste. And we're going to stick it in there. Just like that. And again, I just took this from another thing that I had this size, like this size specifically is just from something else. So I don't have to keep it that size. Like, I can change it. And I mean, if you are not doing this for a shop, you can kind of just, you know, keep it a full page on Silhouette if you really wanted to. You don't have to put it in a fancy, you know, way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm actually going to move this up here, just like that. This, same thing, I'm going to move up. And this. All right, guys, so now that we have our top here, we have some boxes to cover up days that aren't in the month, and we also have a few little quarter boxes to fit your monthly. Now we're going to do icons. Now, if you're anything like me, I know that most of us will use like character stickers and icons that we have from different shops. So this part really, I wouldn't stress about too much, and I'm not going to. I'm going to add a few little icons. I find when I use any sort of monthly kit, I always pull my own icons out. So when icons come in kits, I just don't end up using them. So, you know. So I'm going to pull in a few. I lock my size ratio, so when I change one side, it changes the other side. I like to have them 0.39, and you can kind of just play around with this size if you like the size, if you want it a little bit bigger. Like that car one I'm going to have to screw around with because it's skinny horizontally, so it doesn't always, like they don't always fit each other, so sometimes you have to play around with them. And if you go on to Flat Icon, which I've mentioned Flat Icon before, that's where I get my icons. I really, really like these plain, simple ones because they fit any sort of kit that you have. These are the icons that I actually sell in my shop. And I just like them. They're simple and they match. Like, I would actually use this dentist one because I don't go to the dentist, so I don't have any sort of like character stickers from like Fox and Cactus, Once More with Love, Planner Monkey Co. Those are the shops that I get like my character stickers from, my cute stickers from, and I don't have any of those. So I would use the little tooth in this kit. And I'm going to do a little paw print, 393. And I got to add a little holly in here. I wouldn't be Pippo Mom Plans if I didn't add a little holly in here. Okay. That my program screws up sometimes and it says it's added it, but it hasn't actually added it. So let's see. There we go. All right. So the awesome thing about PNGs is that they're already traced, so you don't have to trace them, which is why I like them. I'm going to make that car a little tiny bit larger. I'm going to select all of them, and I'm going to offset all of them. For icons, I use a 0.02. I'm going to see how that looks because I haven't done icons in a little while. So 0.02. Three might be better. So I'm going to move a couple of these because they're a little too close to one another and they're going to bleed into each other. So I'm just going to move a few around. I'm going to reselect them and offset them again. So I'm going to do 0.03, 0.03, apply, and then I am going to take all of them and make the lines of the original icon non-existent. I did that one wrong. It's hit and miss. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. You just gotta keep trying. I really should have done this before when I had them all selected so I didn't have to do them all individually, because obviously if you make your offset line invisible, like it won't cut it, so you want to make sure you leave it red. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because like I said, I like working a little bit closer up. And I'm just going to get rid of these inside lines because I don't want it to cut out that little spot in the car or in the recycled. Same with the little prescription. I don't know about you guys, but I gotta go get prescriptions every 3 months. And I don't have a little icon for that, so I probably use that little prescription one too. And I need to remind myself too because I end up with like one pill left. And sometimes I phone and they're like, oh, you're out of prescriptions, so can you call your doctor? And my doctor is impossible to get a hold of. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm going to zoom into this one because I don't need the European, like I'm not exchanging money. I just like this little money symbol better than the other one that I have. Oops. So when you erase things, they tend to detach from each other if they're not touching. So I'm just going to put those back together, get rid of these cut lines, and see if this will still offset for me. Yeah. And we're going to do 0.03, apply, and there we go. I'm also going to group all of these with their cut lines. So again, they don't move from the center. I don't have to screw around with them again. They just stay where they are. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. And I'm not going to put these in a colored circle or anything because personally I don't like that. I'm just going to have them plain and simple like this. And I just have a few because, like I said, most of us have cute little character stickers that we are going to use. And we don't need the icons in the kit. It's just fact. I'm gonna put a few of these money symbol ones because most of us have more than one payday. I'm just gonna do a few, maybe two. Yeah, we'll just stick with two. And then gonna line these up a little bit. You don't want them too close because then your cut lines get all funky and you don't want that to happen. I'm going to put like these medical ones all together because my OCD is screaming at me too. So I'm just going to do it. Okay. And then these ones, little paw. I would use this for like marking flea meds. And then a little haircut one. And then I got to throw a little Holly in there because she's cute. You guys all want cuteness in your life, don't you? I'm going to select all of those and bring them over here. And that is like a perfect fit in there. Like actually a perfect fit. Look, I have room for like one more. I might scooch these around a little bit. Just kind of see if they fit a little bit better. That's all kit making is, guys. It's really like playing around with the things that you already have at your disposal and seeing how they fit. So I think this is it for July page. So we're going to do save as, save to hard drive. I'm going to put them in my Pimple Mom plans. I'm going to put July monthly page 1 because it's our page 1. And these are really the most important things. If you want to make other parts of your kit, it really just depends on what you use. If you only use a couple labels and then the rest is like your character stickers and you really only want those top bars, then just make that. Make whatever you need for you. That is key because if you make a kit for somebody else, you're just not going to use it, right? You can make a kit in a shop and put it in a shop, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to use these icons. If I was making this for me, I would make the top bar, I would make these things, I'd make myself some labels, but I would use my own icons, right? And we're going to redate, so I really should add some date dots in here, and that'll probably go on page 2. But it's really about making it work for you, and, you know, that's what you got to do. You got to do you. Yeah. I really hope you guys found this helpful. Please let me know if you have any more questions. I will gladly answer them in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram or Etsy, and I hope to see you soon anywhere. All right.